Hi everyone, welcome to a new Viewers Drive and Fail. We're just going to crack on with it, it's that good. Big multi-lane roundabouts seem to confuse people nowadays, and this one does a good job of confusing the silver car on the left. All of the cars to its right go ahead onto the motorway, but it still tries to turn right. I'm not sure how useful that beat was though. This clip comes from the States, and it proves the self-appointed road police are in every continent.
What is he doing? He's trying to let you go down.
There's no space to go.
What is that man's doing?
Maybe they were road rage.
Nice wide pass from the Vauxhall. Not so good by the Mini. That was close. Here's another Mini in this clip, but because the incident happened so close to the start, I thought I'd pause it and point it out for you. That looked like a big dose of inexperience to me, and by the way they reverse, I think that's a definite. I think this clip's a great one. Watch the pedestrians to the left. Look at the bike rolling down the verge. The lady, even when she's rescued the bike, is totally in charge while the fella is running around like a headless chicken. Keep an eye on the white van that's just out of view, emerging from this junction on the left. There he is. The only person who knows where he's going to go is himself.
When I now push the door open button on the floor, the washing machine door opens every close.
Wow, that was a manoeuvre. Let's have a look at that again. I don't think the camera is close enough to be in the car's blind spot, but don't forget, people don't set the mirrors properly, and also they don't look. This was a good save. What area in this clip can't you see well? And even when the guy on the bike is checking for damage, he's still on his phone. Good job. Queuing traffic should be relatively low risk. But that often leads to low concentration as well. I think the company motto is quite ironic really. What do you think? We've got some pretty grainy footage here, but I think we can just about make out the distance and the white van coming the other way.
Shit.
Vans have problem reversing because you can't see very well. And for me, although it's not really the white van's fault, I think he could have done a lot better to realise the problems of the other van. Not the best. This is a very interesting cycling clip. The only fail is really by the pedestrian, but it's quite interesting on what this cyclist does to help the situation out. There's a nice position he takes onto the roundabout to do his right turn, and he sees this lady to the right. Look at him, assessing what's going on. Excellent.
Are you okay there? Do you want off the roundabout?
Yes, please.
Right, stop. On you go.
Thanks very much.
All I would add that if you're ever telling someone to cross the road, make sure you do all their observations for them. I would have looked behind me as well to make sure there was no one else catching like another cyclist. But all in all, some excellent considerate road use. Well done. The first few motorists that go round this cyclist do a pretty good job. They go quite wide, especially the bin wagon. But my viewer who sent the clip in is about to endure one of the scariest, closest passes of a cyclist I've ever seen. This could have gone so differently.
Hey, what the f*** are you doing?
I think everyone was surprised by the second part to the trailer. If it had been clipped, he would have been under the back wheels in an instant. Any overtake has to be done perfectly safely with no risk. If the vehicle I was intending to overtake had to move potentially round anything, I wouldn't class this as safe. Look at the parked vehicles up on the left. Would you be trying to accelerate now?
You absolute freak.
Good to see he gave himself a good talking to. I've had a few clips sent in that have featured cars going the wrong way round roundabouts. And this is not necessarily going the wrong way round the roundabout, but it is going the wrong way off an exit. Let's have a look at it.
An idiot.
I concur. Go forward round the roundabout back to where you want to go rather than reversing on it. But the first mistake is simply inexcusable. This is possibly the worst dashcam footage I've ever seen, but this backs up my point on the previous clip about cars going the wrong way. I know this roundabout as it's in Liverpool, and it's a fast moving one leading off a motorway. That could have been dangerous. Most people should know that I absolutely detest people using mobile phones when they're driving. And for me, even when they are used so-called legally in a cradle, they are still massively distracting, and it's a big no-no. This clip also highlights something that I'd like to point out which most of my viewers wouldn't get onto. The black car is way too close to the stop line, and when you are that close you won't be able to see the light change into the left side. Unluckily, the lorry, turning right from the road on the right, has blocked the opposing traffic light, so this was another big factor in the black Volkswagen missing the lights and not paying enough attention. Just watch how oblivious she is while she's scrolling through her notifications. When I've shown clips like this before, there's been plenty of cyclists who have defended the actions of other cyclists going through red lights. And there's no defence. Quite often at junctions like this, what you're going to find is all the traffic lights will stay on red, and this allows all pedestrians from all sides to cross at one point in time, which is exactly the case here. So when I hear cyclists argue the point that they looked and they weren't going to kill anyone, you imagine if all motorists took that same frame of mind. It's utterly, utterly selfish. And ironically, that same "I'm not going to wait" attitude that cyclists complain about when people pass them too close and overtake at the wrong time is no different than what went on here. Take more pride in playing by the rules. I'd like to take this point to say a massive thanks to all my viewers and subscribers who keep sending me in these wonderful clips. This one is my favourite out of the bunch this time. Wow. How do you view this clip? Let us know in the comments. I was actually a little bemused by this clip. I rewatched it 20 times and couldn't actually say anything wrong. I'm obviously joking there. Look at the pedestrian stood from the broken down car. As with most things, it's 5% who cause 95% of the problems. This clip was sent in by Kyle from Canada. There's not necessarily a fail in this clip, but what I'm showing it for is to point out just how difficult it is sometimes to see cyclists on the road. Did you miss them? Let's rewind and have another look. They're not easily visible as they're in the shadow, which adds to the argument of displaying lights front and back even in the daytime. I've been asked by my viewer to blur faces and registration marks, but for me, I would have highlighted them. Using a mobile phone while driving doesn't mix. My viewer's doing this right turn.
What's that?
Oh my god.
Did she hit your car?
Yeah, she did. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sylvie,
you
okay?
It was obviously impossible to see as the lady's face was blurred, but her attention as she was approaching the car from behind was solely on her phone. She didn't look up once. As always, let us know what you think was your favourite clip in the comments. Thanks for all your support, everyone. See you all soon.